Welcome to United Report, your daily hub for all things Manchester United. From breaking news to transfer talk and match updates, we've got every red covered. If you live and breathe United, hit subscribe and join the family. Glory, glory, Man United. Angel Gomes is set to reunite with former Manchester United teammate Mason Greenwood at Marseille 5 years after leaving Old Trafford following a difficult spell under Jose Mourinho. The 24-year-old midfielder has agreed a 3-year deal with the League One runners-up, choosing Roberto De Zerbi's Champions League project over several suitors. Gomes' move brings him full circle with Greenwood, who also left United under a cloud as the pair aim to reignite their careers in France's top flight. Mason Greenwood will play alongside former Manchester United teammate Angel Gomes next season at Marseille. They will reunite in France 5 years after Gomes left the Red Devils, having once been left humiliated by former United manager Jose Mourinho. Marseille confirmed this week that they have reached an agreement in principle to sign England international Gomes. The League One runners-up, managed by Roberto De Zerbi, beat a host of clubs to his signature, with the 24-year-old reportedly signing a 3-year deal at the Orange Velodrome. RMC Sport previously reported that the United Academy graduate was convinced by De Zerbi's style of play and the opportunity to compete in the Champions League. Gomes had announced he would be leaving Lille once his contract expired this summer. The midfielder made the move to Lille at the end of his United contract in the summer of 2020, having been tipped for great things at Old Trafford after signing for the club back in 2006. The England U21's European Championship winner was handed his debut, aged just 16, by Mourinho on the final day of the 2016-17 season, making him United's youngest ever Premier League player. But despite the trust placed in him by the current Fenerbahce boss, a 17-year-old Gomes was once brought to the brink of tears as a result of Mourinho criticising his performance in a reserve team match in front of the first team. He told The Athletic, "I played a game for the reserves, and he didn't think I played good enough. 2 days later, the first team had a game, and he took me with the team. At the pre-match in front of everybody, he let me know about it." Expanding on the story in an interview with The Times, Gomes explained, "At the time I was thinking, why has he done that in front of everyone? Could he not have pulled me to the side? A few of the players came up to me and said, he just wants a reaction from you, don't let it faze you, but in that moment, I didn't want to hear anything. I rushed to my room and rang my dad and my brother. There's not much they could say to me really. I was almost crying. I was really young. It wasn't until I was older that I realised with Mourinho, he's always looking at ways to get more out of you. I think him doing that in front of everyone showed he valued me as a player. I probably needed it." He added, "It's all mental toughness. What I came to learn about Jose is he always wants you to do better. He is almost like prodding you, come on, show me a bit more. Everyone's told me how good you are, but I want to see it." Despite the psychological blow at the time, Gomes wishes he had been mature enough to embrace Mourinho's management style, saying, "It wasn't until I left and I see Jose winning trophies that I think, I understand you. And if only I'd understood you more, I would have been able to appreciate my time more with you." But no, in the midst of little, he was an amazing guy. Gomes' departure came during Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tenure following Mourinho's sacking 2 years prior in 2018. His game time was extremely limited under Solskjaer, while the then promising Greenwood was enjoying his first team breakthrough in the 2019-20 season. After playing a total of 320 minutes for United, Gomes left as a free agent, capping off the most difficult period of his career. Despite spending the first year of his 5-year Lille stint at Portuguese club Boa Vista, the move to League One served to kickstart his career. He made 134 appearances in all competitions for Lille, including 20 this season as they finished 5th in the league. He also impressed in a 3 Lions shirt last year after receiving his first 4 caps under interim boss Lee Carsley. However, Gomes has not yet featured under new manager Thomas Tuchel. Jadon Sancho's Old Trafford exile is set to continue, but a fairy tale third spell at Borussia Dortmund appears unlikely. Despite recent reports linking the 25-year-old with a sensational return to the Bundesliga club, sporting director Sebastian Kehl has downplayed the speculation, insisting Dortmund have other priorities ahead of the 2025-26 campaign. Sancho, who spent last season on loan at Chelsea, is firmly out of favour at Manchester United and is expected to be sold this summer, with Aston Villa, Newcastle and Tottenham all monitoring his situation. Sebastian Kehl, the Borussia Dortmund sporting director, has played down talk of a third move for Jadon Sancho after the Manchester United forward was linked with a shock return to the Bundesliga club. Sancho, 25, is out of favour at Old Trafford and spent the 2024-25 season on loan at Chelsea. He is at a career crossroads though, with the Blues set to pay a £5 million penalty fee rather than completing a £25 million permanent transfer for the star. Despite originally being frozen out by Erik ten Hag, it's understood Sancho has no future at United under the Dutchman's successor, Ruben Amorim. And with United desperate to offload several players who have been deemed surplus to requirements in order to raise transfer funds, talk of a return to Dortmund has materialised ahead of the 25-26 campaign. The Athletic revealed Sancho's representatives had been informed of Dortmund's interest, but Kehl has said a deal for the forward is currently not a priority. Of course, contact with Jadon is always there in some way because we have a very long history, Kehl, ahead of the FIFA Club World Cup on Thursday. But it's not an issue for us right now. We have other priorities at the moment, and that's why the Sancho issue was probably played up more in the media than discussed internally. Sancho established himself as one of Europe's brightest stars at Dortmund across a 4-year spell before joining United in a £73 million deal in the summer of 2021. And with his career at a standstill, it was Dortmund who gave him a platform to play again during the second half of the 2024 campaign, where he helped his old club reach the final of the Champions League. Dortmund's reported interest in Sancho comes amid claims that a trio of Premier League clubs are interested in offering the winger a chance to kickstart his career. Aston Villa, Tottenham and Newcastle are all said to be keeping an eye on Sancho's situation, with a permanent exit from Old Trafford likely in the coming weeks. Villa took Sancho's United teammate Marcus Rashford on loan for the second half of last season, but a permanent deal does not appear to be on the cards, hence their interest in Sancho. The Victor Gyokeres transfer saga is heating up, with Arsenal reportedly entering direct talks to bring the prolific Swede to the Emirates. After bagging a staggering 54 goals for Sporting CP last season, the 27-year-old striker has become one of Europe's hottest properties, and now the Gunners are stepping up their bid to land him. A meeting between Gyokeres' agent and Arsenal's ownership signals a new phase in negotiations, though Manchester United and a potential Amorim reunion still loom as serious competition. With the striker said to be willing to go on strike to force a move and a £60 million price tag in sight, the summer battle for Gyokeres is officially on. Victor Gyokeres remains a Sporting CP player for the time being, but Arsenal are stepping up their pursuit. A representative for the Sweden international has met with the Gunners' ownership, it has been claimed, but fellow suitors, Manchester United, can't yet be ruled out. Gyokeres starred for Sporting over the past 2 campaigns and scored twice as many goals as any other player in last season's Primera Liga. He is one of 2 men high on Arsenal's shipping list, along with RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, as Mikel Arteta's team chases an elusive title after 3 successive runner-up finishes. Arsenal can offer the former Coventry City hotshot a chance to play for a Champions League contender, with Arteta having led his team to the semi-finals last season. Premier League rivals United can't match that, but they could yet tempt Gyokeres with a reunion with former Sporting boss Ruben Amorim in Manchester. Now, according to Portuguese outlet Record, Gyokeres' representative Hassan Tetinkaya has met with Arsenal's owners. The publication describes the meeting as the start of a new phase in negotiations and anticipates a formal proposal. The same outlet makes reference to comments from Sporting president Frederico Varandas that as of Wednesday morning, a formal offer from Arsenal had yet to arrive. It also points to reports elsewhere on the continent that United remain keen on a deal and have remained in contact with representatives for Gyokeres. Gyokeres has a significant release clause in his contract, but suitors might not need to meet it, despite his impressive return of 54 goals in 52 games this season. Back in April, it was claimed that around £60 million should be enough to land the Scandinavian. That number comes down to a reported agreement between the player and his current club. Gyokeres is even said to be prepared to go on strike to force through a move, amid reports Sporting are keen to hold out for £67. The 27-year-old frontman is also the subject of interest from the Saudi Pro League, but is believed to favour Champions League football with Arsenal. He scored 6 times in 8 appearances in the competition in the 2024-25 season, including a hat-trick in a famous win for Sporting against Manchester City. Gyokeres also found some goal-scoring form for Sweden in the most recent UEFA Nations League campaign, scoring 9 goals in just 6 outings. He withdrew from his country's squad for June's friendly matches though, as did a number of Premier League players including Alexander Isak and Anthony Elanga.